In this video, I'm going to walk through the steps on how to optimize your Shopify product pages. And the reason this is important is because by doing this, I was able to help a Shopify site grow by 348.32% over a 5-year period and continue to get year-over-year growth every year. So step 1, optimize your product page titles and descriptions. You want to use descriptive, keyword-rich titles and descriptions that accurately reflect your product's features and benefits. You want to keep your titles concise, ideally under 60 characters, so they display properly in search results and are easy for customers to read. With your descriptions, you want to keep those usually around 150 characters, depending on the width of the characters you're using. By doing this, you're making sure they're not getting truncated or cut off in Google search results as well. In both product page titles and descriptions, you want to include key product features and keywords to help customers quickly understand what your product offers. Step 2, write detailed, benefit-focused product descriptions. And within the product descriptions on the product pages themselves, you want to use bullet points to make it easy for customers to read and skim, and also help them quickly identify the benefits of your product. Secondly, highlight unique selling points. You want to include information about what makes your product stand out from your competitors, highlight unique selling points that will appeal to your target audience, and include special features, high quality material, unique design, or other information that differentiates your product from your competition. Step 3, high quality product images. When you're setting up your images on your site, you want to use multiple angles and multiple image types. You would want to include images of close-up features, lifestyle shot, full product images, and also include them and take images with consistent backgrounds. You also want to ensure images are large enough so that if someone does want to zoom, they can see that and see additional details on your product, depending on what your product is. Step 4, implement schema markup or structured data. To do this, here's an example of what this actually looks like. This would be code that goes in the back end of the site that allows Google to understand and read information about the product itself. Now, if this is something that seems too complex or too difficult, there are third-party apps in Shopify that you can use to implement this, and they have free and paid versions. You just want to make sure that you're using JSON LD when you are implementing your structured data. Step 5, optimize your page URLs. For these, you want to use short, descriptive URLs to make it concise and easy to read, and also include the main keyword in your URL. And this is another factor Google looks at when determining what a page should rank for. Your page title, your description, your URL, and your content are all factors Google looks at to determine what a page should rank for. And then when you're building URLs, you want to separate them with hyphens. And an example here, you can see the readability difference between ergonomic office chair with no hyphens or no spacing between it, and the difference when using a hyphen makes it much more easily readable for a human. Secondly, the other thing to do when you're separating or when you're creating URLs, do not use special characters, do not use spaces either, because that creates special characters in the URL. Step 6, add alt text to your images. And here are a few examples of images and example alt text you could use when you are optimizing these images on your site. For this image here on the left, a close-up of a pair of hands typing on a laptop keyboard with the screen showing a website with product images and a shopping cart icon. Very descriptive there. And this also serves to help somebody who may be visually impaired. They can understand what that picture is, and this provides information for search engines also to be able to accurately index the images, so you could potentially rank for those as well. Middle example here, a person using a smartphone to browse a website with a product image displayed on the screen, and on the right side, ergonomic office chair with black mesh back and adjustable lumbar support. So you can see here, these descriptions include keywords and make it easy for a search engine or an algorithm to understand what that image is, which then allows you to potentially rank for images as well. Step 7, include customer reviews on your product pages. You want to display your star ratings prominently, and this will give potential customers a quick and easy way to see how other customers have viewed and understood and enjoyed your product. Number 2, feature detailed written reviews. This also gives potential customers a better understanding of pros and cons. And number 3, respond to negative reviews professionally. This is something that many, many websites do incorrectly. I've seen cases where they either don't respond to reviews or they respond unprofessionally or negatively. You want to respond to negative reviews professionally, and this allows you to potentially turn a negative experience from a customer into a positive one and allows other prospective customers to see how you would react in a case where you get a negative review. Step 8, ensure mobile responsiveness. This is something that most themes on Shopify now already have this built in, but you want to make sure this is set up and structured correctly. So if you are setting up your site and doing it manually, make sure you're doing device testing and theme customization as needed to make sure the site loads correctly and properly on mobile devices. Step 9, improve page load speed. So I won't read through every single one of these bullet points here. The big 4 items to think about as you're working on optimizing page speed would be optimizing your image sizes, minimize CSS and JavaScript, leverage browser caching, and then use a content delivery network as well, or a CDN. By doing these and making sure these steps are set up and structured correctly, it's very likely your site is going to load quickly and make it easy for a prospective customer to navigate the site quickly and get to the products or information they want on your site quickly and easily as well. Step 10, use relevant keywords throughout. And this would be in the title and description on the page itself, in the description of the product, and then in keywords in image alt text as well. And I've mentioned these as other steps here in the process, but this is extremely critical to make sure your page is optimized correctly. Now, as a quick caveat, you do not want to over-optimize any of these areas either. You do not want to use too many keywords in the title and description or in the product page description or in alt text. You don't want to just stuff keywords into the various spots on the site. Step 11, add clear call to action. When you're doing this on the page itself, you want to use active voice, active language. Shop now, learn more, get started, click here, things like that. And then you also want to make sure your buttons stand out. There's plenty of cases where from maybe it's a brand perspective, or maybe somebody just doesn't understand how to make a button stand out on a background. You want to use a color that has contrast against the background or against other elements on your site, and make it so that people's eyes are drawn to those call to action buttons. Step 12, implement cross-selling and upselling. So on your product pages, you want to show related products, and you also want to offer bundled deals or accessories if you have them and if that's part of your sales process. And this allows you to increase the lifetime value of a customer. Step 13, provide size guides and product comparisons. And by doing this, you're helping customers understand better and make informed decisions about your products. And this can also help you reduce returns by ensuring correct purchases are made by your customers. And some of these elements are more so related to conversion and ongoing store optimization in general, but these are all factors that can impact your ability to rank as well. Because if you have size guides and product comparisons, people are looking for those types of things, and that can increase time on page and help you rank better as well. Step 14, optimize for voice search. And this is something that's becoming much more important to do. And what you want to do here is include question and answer content on your page. And this could be FAQ sections or common questions customers may have. And then you also want to use natural language in your descriptions as you're writing them and setting them up. As you're doing this, you also want to make sure you're not stuffing keywords in. I've seen cases where the product page has the keyword phrase listed over and over and over again, and that's unnatural and not something that is going to help you rank. It could actually make it more difficult or impossible for you to rank if your site gets penalized. Step 15, leverage social proof. And the big things here that you can do would be display trust badges, show that X number of customers are viewing this product, highlight bestseller or trending status, and then also use the number of sold. So over 1,000 sold type badge. Step 16, internal links. I've mentioned these in multiple videos in multiple cases before. The value of internal links is massive from an SEO perspective. Here is where and how to build internal links. On your site, you want to link to your product pages from other relevant collection pages, other relevant product pages, and also from blog posts or other articles on your site. And then from your product pages, you want to link to relevant collection pages, relevant product pages, and blog posts or other articles on your site. The key here is to make it very easy for a customer who's navigating your site to find information that's relevant for them and make it easy for them to understand and get to the product that you are wanting to sell them. So if you're looking for help with your SEO, head over and fill out the form there, and I'll get back to you quickly with how I can help you optimize your site better, make sure that all of these elements are set up correctly for you, and help you grow from an SEO perspective. Thanks. See you in the next one.